Ah, waste of time. Show was better last week.
It's a bit, frivolous, isn't it?
I've seen this 4 times.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. We have finally made it to Meridian. We are in fact just outside of the main gate, but before we walk up to the city and continue with the story, we have a side quest to tackle here at the quarry. So, let's see what's going on here.
This isn't up to their usual standard.
Don't bother me, Outlander. I don't need a mercenary, I need a miracle. Someone who can tell me who slaughtered my men.
I'm a good tracker. Maybe I can help. What happened?
Mass murder, that's what. 5 night guards shredded like cabbage out there in the quarry.
5 men murdered? How?
Don't know. One was a buddy from before the liberation. We worked this quarry together as slaves for the Mad King. My friend, may he walk forever in the light, knew how to fight. Fiends who did this must have had stealth or numbers.
Could machines have killed them?
Don't see how. The quarry is fenced and gated, and I've never seen a glint hawk do anything like this.
Anything strike you as strange or out of the ordinary?
Well, let's see, oh yeah, chunks of corpses, gushing blood. Sorry. Pressure's getting to me. Not used to murder. Nah, nothing unusual. Well, except we've been doing a little blasting lately, and Saravad said, no, that's just stupid.
That's just stupid.
What exactly did Saravad say?
Ah, nothing. Kept babbling about a pile of rocks out there. Said he didn't remember it from yesterday. I told him that this here is a quarry, where we move rocks all day. So rocks getting moved ain't so surprising, lunkhead.
Yeah, in this case it might be though.
You've been using explosives?
Sure, to clear away bedrock and get to the good stuff, we do it for a week or so every year. But that's got nothing to do with the dead. They were torn apart, not blown up.
I'll have a look around the quarry.
If you think it'll help.
I prefer the one about the sun priest falling in love with a merchant's daughter.
Well, since we're right here, this is something we can easily help with before we go into Meridian proper.
Time. Show was better last week.
Oh, you're in for a treat. It's quite a show.
Is there a safe way down? Oh, safe as any, I guess. No, I guess I could have run around. Oh, there's a ramp right there.
Oh boy. You're a big one, aren't you?
Oh! Oh dear. You know what? I have it in my logbook now, so. Body is weak to freeze. Digging arm is weak to tear. Exhaust port is just generally weak. Fuel sack, of course, fire. That definitely worked. Now let's work on tearing off those arms. Tossing stuff all the way over there, huh? Where'd you go? Got another sack on it too. mouth is not going to do very much. Oh, it's doing this again. Rock breakers are always good to fight. Could have tried tying it down, I guess. If we have to go after it a second time, I'll try that. I think the fourth time it just pops out for real. There we go. Gonna have to get better at fighting those. But it's been a long time since I've had to fight a rock breaker, so. Take all of those, thank you. Good enough.
Be prepared.
See, it was a machine.
Oh, that's nice. Glad I stopped for a bit.
I've never seen a machine like that. Whoa! Nor a hunter so bold. Take this. It's from the quarry stores, but no one's gonna argue that you don't deserve it. May you walk in the light, friend. Especially when dealing with what comes up from the ground.
Wonderful. Thanks for the reward box. Ooh, nice.
It's a frivolous, isn't it?
Perfect time to start heading into Meridian. And there it is, in all of its glory. This again, the first time I played this, was such a wow moment, seeing this how big this actual city was, and how much of an actual city, not just a settlement, that it is. You're just like, damn, Garja really, they really are the Aztec Romans. What do we got over there? It makes sense that it's at the foot of the jungle and not in the center of the desert, too, because this gives them a really good supply of water. Meridian Village is that way.
I'm sorry for the wait, but all goods entering the city are subject to search.
This is outrageous. We're loyal citizens.
How long do we have to wait? What am I supposed to do? Just sit here and let everything spoil?
I thought Meridian was open to all Carja.
Couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
What happened to Ursa has nothing to do with us.
Oh, you're in for a treat. It's quite a show.
Are we? Well, let's see how much of a show it is.
Frivolous, isn't it?
Every minute I'm stuck here costs me good shards.
It's a bit frivolous, isn't it?
The guard under the last king. Far cry from those days.
If I don't get my goods
What's
to
going
buyers
on here?
soon, they'll
Owen's in there, somewhere. And so's Erend, that other Outlander I talked to the night before the proving. Erend said he'd introduce me to his sister if I visited Meridian. Said she was captain of the Vanguard.
There's a few people here that wanted to reintroduce themselves to us that we've met. See the palace over there. Village is down there. The actual irrigated farms. Like, yeah, she'd never have seen anything like this either, so. Like, you just got to imagine how amazing all of this would be to her, seeing all of it for the first time. And I love how even though I'm dressed in Carja clothes, they still see me as an Outlander. I don't even have any Nora face paint, but I guess no Carja would have hair like that. Then again, no Nora really have hair like that either. Just the level of detail that would have had to go into making this place architecturally
He doesn't
for
look
what
happy.
these guys have.
Stop right there. In light of the recent attack, no stranger passes into Meridian without submitting to search.
Recent attack? What are you talking about?
The murder of Captain Ursa and her vanguards, of course. Ambushed by Shadow Carja forces in Redridge Pass.
Murder?
Ursa.
Shadow Carja?
You mean Erend's sister is dead?
How would you know his name?
I know Erend. Summon him. I need to speak to him.
Ha! I doubt that Erend, the new captain of the Vanguard, a man in grief, is going to waste his time on a grimy Outlander.
Aloy! Hey, you're alive!
No, he just happened to be
I
there.
thought you were dead. Make way, make way! All the way to Meridian just to see me?
Have you been drinking?
Of course he has. He's
Not
also
really. A little. So you're alive. This we should celebrate. The drink's on me.
We need to talk alone, and you need to pull it together.
Over there.
So you approve?
Of course I approve. From now on, she may come and go from this city as she pleases.
As you wish, sir.
There, alone as you asked.
Not really, but
and what did you want to tell
he's
me?
drunk.
A lot has happened since we last spoke. The Proving was attacked by a group of killers. Not many of us survived.
We were in the village when we heard explosions up on the mountain. Some of your braves came back, said most of the contestants were dead. I've never heard such a wail of grief as the sound that rose up from your people. How did you survive?
How I survived is less important than how I was targeted.
Targeted?
Yep.
What do you mean?
The killers came for me because of Olin.
What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense.
I need to find Olin. I need to know what he knows.
But he's a friend.
No, he's a traitor. I don't know who the killers are or what they want, but I do know that Olin is working with them.
But, I mean, this...
I don't need you to understand, Erend. I just need you to take me to him.
He's not here. He went scrounging for scrap and relics days ago. It could be anywhere.
Are there any places he frequents, places he returns to?
A house. Here in Meridian.
Okay, then take me there. I need to search it.
I guess. As long as I'm there to witness the search.
That's fair.
I heard what happened to Ursa. I'm sorry. I know she was special to you.
Special to me? Special to everyone. She always knew what to do. She bossed everyone around. She kept me in line. Now I'm supposed to fill her shoes. And instead, here I am, stumbling around in them.
I lost someone too. At the Proving, the man who raised me. His name was Rost.
That's terrible. Why is it every time something terrible happens, everyone else tells you the worst thing that ever happened to them, as though that makes it easier?
Yeah, why is that?
Anyway, there was something you wanted to tell me?
Yes. That we need to go check out your buddy's place so we can prove to you that he's a traitor.
I need to see Olin's place. Now.
Okay. Come on.
There's a lot of guards at the gate.
So many people here all talking at once. How does anyone think?
I don't. I just drink.
Sounds about right.
Girl. Is she Nora?
Apparently they're letting anyone into the city these days.
That must be the spire. It's huge.
Blood for blood. Vengeance for Ursa. How long will Avad hide in his palace to lay siege to the citadel? Does he lack blood for blood? Vengeance for Ursa. How long will Avad hide in his palace? Year after year, why does he spare those who enslaved and tortured and butchered? Erend, you should want vengeance more than anyone. Your own sister, murdered, and her death, unavenged?
One more word, you scorched out slag, and I'll throw you in jail myself!
Yeah,
Get
that
out
sounds
of here,
about right.
or I'll give you all a kick in the ass!
What did he mean about Ursa's murder?
Not now.
There's the merchant we sell the set bonuses to because they got the star and the horns. Or, well, collectible sets, not set bonuses. Alright.
Okay, how are we gonna get in? Oh, that was subtle.
Well,
Here
he's
we
angry
are.
at this point.
Try not to break anything. Other than the door.
All of this for one man.
It pays to have connections in the Sun King's court.
corner of this rug is frayed, and the floor near it is worn. Let's see what's underneath.
Hey, how did that get here?
Question is, how to get through it.
Without a key, you won't. That's a vault hatch of Oseram make. Nothing gets through.
We'll see about that.
Expertly built and reinforced. Oh, maybe we can find something upstairs.
Call it a day, girl. You're wasting time.
And the portrait.
It looks like a picture of Owen's family. It looks like a picture of Owen's family.
Interesting. So he's a family man. Nah.
A lot of metal here. Could be just what I need.
Yep.
Looks big and heavy. Could do a lot of damage if it fell down. Let's give it a little push.
Come on, everybody, give this a little push.
I did say not to break anything, didn't I?
You broke the door. Alright, well, let's head down there. Oh, the data point must be down here. Journal? Map. Aha. And a message from
Serve and they live. Disobey, and I will open their throats and leave their corpses to prune in the sun.
They took his wife and child captive.
They? Who's they?
The killers. They told him to obey or they'd kill his family.
we have here.
A map. The glyphs show places he visited. Looks like Olin kept a journal.
Olin? I knew he could read contracts, but I never took him for a poet.
No doubt now. Olin knew I was targeted.
Alright. Scanned glyphs. 4th day. I'm a traitor now and I see no way out. If I start at the beginning, how they turned me, perhaps I can see something I missed. There is no escape. What good can writing it do? 10th day. You gave me this folio when you taught me to write. All these years later, it still smells of you. Lavender and ash of the forge. All I have left of you. Write me notes, you said when you gave it. Share your thoughts. Tear the leaves. Send the pages. To show I'm thinking of you. But I never did. Hands too grubby to touch parchment. How I wish I'd done as you said. How I wish I could now. 15th day. Same dream. Your hair in the forge light and our son's weight on my shoulders. All of us free. You turn to me and whisper, "It is a dream. I answer, yes, I know. And then I awake alone. Even awake, my life is a dream, a lie. My treachery will not buy your freedom, it only buys me time. But every moment you live, that he lives, if treachery is the cost, I will pay it. 34th day. Every week this device calls me in secret to a new dig site. We work like men with whips to our backs, as though it was left to us to upturn the soil of the entire earth, and time has run low. Scrabbling to find the carcasses of ancient demons. It's the weapons they want. Must be. What misery am I helping to birth in this land? 38th day. I drink with Erend and Ursa, but not even the sweetest brew can wash the taste of guilt from my mouth. Every day my silence betrays them. The villains watch through the device. I keep expecting Ursa to stick a blade through my throat, but fire and spit she does not suspect me. A better liar than I thought myself must be. No, a better liar than I thought myself must be. Okay. 54th day. Fitful sleep. The past 3 nights thinking of that Nora girl. Why did it order her killed? The device must be. Even so, what threat could she pose? We heard explosions and distant screams from the village. I thought the savages might blame us, turn on us. I almost wished for it, but their matriarchs ordered us gone. We fled to the border with an escort of braves, crossed at Daytower. Now I am called to a dig in the rock wreath. They promise another glimpse of you, of our son. How I hope to see you both. Well, that kinda fills that point off. We now know what happened to him and why he's doing what he's doing. So now we can tell Erend.
There's your proof. Read the last page. He writes about meeting me and the order to kill me.
He called himself a friend. That backstabbing cheat. How did you learn to read glyphs? And these things that you see, how do you do it?
The focus. It reveals the unseen.
And Olin's focus, it's the same?
The device is the same, but somehow Olin and the killers can speak to each other with their focuses over distances, and see through each other's focuses too, like looking through each other's eyes.
So that's how the killers saw you? Through Olin?
Yes, so far as I can tell. Now that I know where to find Olin, I should be on my way.
All by yourself?
Leave it to me. I'm faster on my own.
Wait. If that device lets you see the unseen...
Out of the way, Erend.
I'm asking you to help me, Aloy. I need to know who killed Ursa. Not just the Shadow Karja army, I know that, but the exact soldiers who did it.
I'm sorry about your sister, but that's your war, not mine.
Don't act like this isn't personal. You came here hunting the people who nearly killed you, who massacred your people. Why should you have justice and not me? Look, I'll head for Red Ridge Pass, where Ursa's body was found, and wait for you there. A few minutes of your focus is all I need. Don't make me beg.
Red Ridge Pass, you said? I'll see what I can do.
Good appeal, Erend. Good appeal. It really is a gorgeous city. And what do we have over here?
This place smells like nothing I've ever smelled before.
These 2 side quests that
Is
we
that
can
some
find.
kind of spice?
Can't be that.
Perhaps your travels have taken you through ancient ruins? Let us speak of it.
All right. What did you want to discuss?
You're an outlander, which is good. But a Nora, which might be bad. Do you fear the ruins of the old ones like many in your tribe?
No. Although some can be dangerous.
Then you may have come across what I seek. In your travels, have you found strange vessels, emblazoned with symbols of the old ones?
Yes.
They consist of a hollow cylinder with a crescent handle affixed at both ends. If you bring me these vessels in sets of 4, I will gladly trade what I have for them.
What sort of ritual were these vessels made for?
I'm convinced
Canadian
they were
geese.
used in conjunction with each other in sets. Some people believe they were used for tea ceremonies. Others think they held sacred essences and oils for worship. But I believe they were used for the solemn custom of shaving one's beard. One for water, one for lotion, and so on. Each fluid in its special vessel, majestically applied to the face at each stage of the rite. It must have been breathtaking.
You just like your beard.
But which vessel was used for which? I have to know. I have to continue my research.
Are you sure people didn't just drink out of them?
Coffee.
Drink? Out of such finely crafted earthenware? Don't be ridiculous.
He is definitely Karja.
So you're interested in the old ones?
More than interested. I study every ancient artifact I can get my hands on. But years of study have made me too comfortable at my desk. I can't even bear the sun, if the truth be known. I don't know how I'll manage to take a partner. My family presses me for an heir.
Don't look at me.
Oh, no, I'm not looking. In fact, my father already has someone he wants me to wed. She doesn't interest me. I wish I had a brother to carry this burden. I would rather be left to my precious little vessels.
Well,
Yes,
do I have full
trade
sets?
quickly. I have work to do.
No, I don't have any of the full sets, do I? Okay. What am I? Fatty meat for those. Alright, well. Oh, I already have all these anyway.
I will leave you to the hunt. Be sure to delve into the ruins. Yes, you look capable. You might do. Come here if you will.
Can I get to that, this supposed quest through this way? No? That is a bright light. Go this way. Doesn't look like it. But we have this one over here. Oh, who are you?
You're looking for artifacts.
Yes, but I'm no profiteer. Sun King Avad has named me an envoy to the Banuk. I work on their behalf, looking for sacred relics to return to their homeland, Ben-Ur. I'm especially interested in wooden figures that are sometimes found near Banuk rock paintings. If you have any, I have valuables to trade for them. You ready? Let's trade then.
Do I actually have them? Oh, I can actually do the first set, yeah.
Tell me more about these Banuk figures.
Simple wood sculptures made by Arnak. a legendary hunter who was exiled from Ban-Ur for killing his chief. He left the figures near painted stones in places that reminded him of his homeland. Later, his tribe declared him innocent. Now they see him as a kind of wandering hero and want those figures back. I do what I can to help him get them, including trade for them, if you have any.
It's very interesting eye makeup that she has.
You said the king named you an envoy to the Banuk?
Yes, I've been to Ban-Ur many times, and the Wirek chiefs trust me. I help them maintain diplomatic ties with Avad. Some say they're a mysterious people, but their ways make a lot of sense to me. All you have to do is be the best. Doesn't matter if you're born high or low, man or woman. They respect skill, not some fool notion of heritage.
I see the appeal.
I wish more Karja did. Anything they don't understand, they call backward or savage. Come on back if you find any Banuk goods.
Very Roman of them.
Excuse me, Outlander? I'm looking for Banuk artifacts.
Aww. Oh well. He was worth a shot. Oh, we got the Hunter's Lodge there.
I wonder who that is.
Oh, a whole bunch of stuff we can do in here too.
You need to win 3 half-suns at our hunting grounds to gain admittance to the lodge.
You mean these?
Very well then. Congratulations, and welcome. Our members reap rewards and adventure and live on in legend.
Am I a member now?
No, you're only a fledgling. Junior members are called thrushes. To join and become a thrush, you need a senior member called a hawk to sponsor you.
So I need to find a hawk.
Yes, but a hawk can only sponsor 1 hunter at a time, and I'm afraid most of them already have one.
I've overcome worse odds. Where do I start?
Upstairs, present yourself to the Sunhawk Assis, our leader, who should introduce you to a hawk. I hope it's worth it.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
Well, that sounds very helpful. Bylaws of the Lodge. Bylaws of the Hunter's Lodge, Section 1, Preamble, 1.1. The hunt is the noblest pursuit in the Sundom, save those of the Sun King and his Sun Priests. The hunt is strength, the hunt is honor, the hunt protects, the hunt preserves. 1.2. What is the hunt but competition? What is the hunt but competition? What is competition without rank? Honor and victor. 1.3. The Lodge lends law and lore to the hunt, so all will know who has prevailed. 1.4. Thus the Lodge is not just its members and not just its house in Meridian. It is the spirit of the hunt, a code to be honored, an ideal to be lived. 1.5. Only those of the noblest blood can embody the noblest ideals. As such, only Karja males, pure of blood, may honor the Lodge and tread in its house. 1.6. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 1 is hereby rescinded. Section 2, Membership. No hunter shall gain admittance to the Lodge without 3 half-suns, one with honor at any hunting ground. See Section 5 below. There are 2 classes of member, Hawk being senior, and Thrush being junior. Bylaw 2.3. The rank of Thrush can only be gained through sponsorship of a hawk. Each hawk may sponsor only 1 thrush. 2.4. There can only be 7 hawks. A thrush can only become a hawk through the death of his sponsor. 2.5. The hawk who hunts the greatest prey shall become Sunhawk and lead the lodge. 2.6. In the event of the quality of prey is in dispute, the hawk who hunted first shall remain first as Sunhawk. 2.7. Only Karja males of pure blood may become Thrush, Hawk, or Sunhawk. 2.8. By order of His Radiance, Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, by Law 7 of Section 2, is hereby rescinded. Section 3. Proof of the Hunt. 3.1. The greatest hunts often bear no witness, therefore a trophy must be kept. 3.2. A trophy may be submitted to the Sunhawk as proof of a victorious hunt. 3.3. A trophy must be intact, undamaged, and from a recent hunt. 3.4. The Sunhawk shall have final authority in any dispute over a trophy's worth. 3.5. Only Karja males of pure blood may submit the trophy to the Sunhawk. 3.6. By order of His Radiance, Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, by Law 5 of Section 3, has hereby been rescinded. Section 4. To protect and preserve. 4.1. A hunt for its own sake is noble. A hunt in the service of others is blessed by the sun. 4.2. When called upon, hawks and thrushes must undertake any reasonable hunt asked of them. It is served to protect the citizens of the Sundom. 4.3. The Sunhawk has sole authority to negotiate any fees or bounties associated with any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom. 4.4. Any profit from any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom shall be shared by all 7 hawks, administered by the Sunhawk. 4.5. Only Karja males of pure blood may undertake the hunt in the name of the Lodge, be it for the protection of the Sundom or any other reason. 4.6. By order of His Radiance, Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, by Law 5, Section 4 is hereby rescinded. And Section 5. Hunting Grounds. For the purpose of training and recruiting the best and greatest hunters, the Lodge shall provide and maintain hunting grounds. 5.2. Each hunting grounds shall test a different range of skills throughout 3 trials, crafted by its keeper in consultation with the Sunhawk. 5.3. There shall be 3 rewards for each trial in ascending order of performance: half sun, full sun, blazing sun. 5.4. Hunters who prove themselves by winning the requisite number of suns may be entitled to special gear at the Lodge at the discretion of the Sunhawk. 5.5. The Lodge shall provide funds for the construction and maintenance of all trials and facilities at the hunting grounds. 5.6. The Lodge shall receive all profits associated with the sale of parts, ammunition, and equipment from all hunting grounds. 5.7. Any profits received from hunting grounds shall be shared by all 7 hawks administered by the Sunhawk. 5.8. Keepers shall be chosen exclusively by the Sunhawk and serve for a term of 7 years. 5.9. Only Karja males of pure blood may be appointed keeper. 5.10. By order of His Radiance, Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, by Law 9 of Section 5 is hereby rescinded.
By the sun! King Avad's edict really is taking effect. Never thought I'd see a Nora here, and a woman at that. So, you have marks for me?
What do you mean?
From the hunting grounds. Oh, right, you're new here.
What do you want with my marks?
You hunters and your badges. I'm not gonna take them. I'm going to give you a weapon that sets you apart. Yeah, I thought that'd get your attention.
Yeah,
if you earn marks in all 3 trials at each of the 5 hunting grounds, come to me. I can give you up to 3 weapons, 1 for 15 half-suns, 1 for 15 full suns, and 1 you'll love for all blazing suns.
Are you a member?
Me? No. Karja don't exactly encourage their daughters to run around hunting machines. But all the changes in Meridian have been good to me. I don't think the Oseram know how to sell to us Karja. The trader I worked for last couldn't sell flowers to a bee. He was too plain hammered, as they like to say. This is a much better job. I figure I'll be able to open my own shop soon enough.
What edict?
King Avad insisted that the Hunter's Lodge had to welcome everyone. Man, woman, outlander, regardless of tribe. Ursa, captain of the Vanguard, came in and delivered that news personally. You should have been there. It was glorious. But I figured they would sweep it under the rug and say no woman or Outlander qualified. Yet here you are.
What do I do with these marks?
If you get the
just told
same
you,
mark
man.
from all the hunting ground trials, I can give you a Hunter's Lodge weapon. Show me what marks you've earned, and we'll see if you qualify for one of these special weapons I have for you.
Not yet, because
I'm
I've
a
only
little
done
short
3
on
marks.
No problem.
Or 3
Once you have
trials.
marks from all 15 trials, you'll be able to get the next Hunter's Lodge weapon from me.
Or not 3 trials. I've only done 3. Yeah, I've only done 3 hunting grounds out of the 5. Well, since we're here, damn. Pretty sure that's a Thunderjaw head. Actually, it's most of a Thunderjaw. Record of Redmaw. The Record of Redmaw by Inquiring Jendin Iman, historian in residence at the Hunter's Lodge. It is a well-known fact that facts recede into fictions as they become memories. The fresh facts themselves are ephemeral among the rumors and legends of the South. This is especially true in the case of Redmaw, that most terrible of Thunderjaws, a machine that is nothing if not legendary. Few who have laid eyes upon it have survived, and among them even fewer can be trusted not to embellish their tales. All that said, here I have endeavored to truthfully chronicle all the calamities attributed to the beast, and all the expeditions meant to end such calamities once and for all. None have succeeded. As of this writing, the terror of the South still roams free, scarred perhaps, but deadly, as the day the sun first shone upon its armored hide. In early spring of the 18th year of his reign, the Sun King Jiran, a freehold was destroyed near the hands of the flood. 9 bodies were recovered, 8 riddled with cannon rounds, 1 flattened completely. No witnesses survived, though never proven. This is widely thought to be Redmaw's first attack. In the late spring of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 4 hunters set out from Sunstone Rock to track the machine or machines responsible for the destruction of the freehold. None returned. Their bodies were subsequently found in the south, 3 blasted, 1 stomped. Never proven, but thought to be Redmaw's work. In the early summer of the 18th year of the reign of Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 6 mercenaries set out from Meridian to track the machine or machines responsible for the losses described above. 1 returned, ribs crushed, clavicle fractured. He spoke of a Thunderjaw which split a man in half with a single bite. This is the first confirmed sighting of the legendary machine, and the one which gave it a name. In the late summer of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 8 set out from Meridian to track Redmaw. None returned. 6 bodies were found near Blackwing Snag. 1 blasted, 3 stomped, 2 eviscerated, 1 swallowed its own tongue, evidently in a spasm of terror, suffocating. In the autumn of the 18th year of his reign, the Sun King Jiran commanded the Hunter's Lodge to send an expedition south in pursuit of Redmaw. After numerous logistical delays, 3 hawks and their thrushes set out in winter. Only 1 pair returned, reporting the deaths of the others, 2 blasted, 1 stomped, 1 decapitated. The survivors were sacrificed for cowardice, one gutted by a sawtooth, the other skewered by kestrels. After this setback, members of the lodge grew wary of pursuing the legendary Thunderjaw. Only the proudest hawks ever even considered it. Aspirants to the lodge, however, foolish in their ambition, eagerly took part in the subsequent hunts. In the summer of the 19th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, the destruction of a caravan south of the Spurflints, 3 blasted, 2 stomped, 1 immolated, reignited interest in Redmaw. 3 expeditions, totaling 15 mercenaries, went after the machine, with only 3 survivors, 9 blasted, 3 stomped, 2 eviscerated, 1 liquefied. In the early spring of the 20th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, a cohort of 12 soldiers headed from the Gathers to All-Light were set upon by the beast. Only 1 survived. 1 blasted, 1 stomped, 10 crushed, with their fleeing footsteps triggered an avalanche. In the late spring of the 20th year of the reign of Sun King Jiran, 3 cohorts totaling 34 men went in search of Redmaw. Alas, they were ambushed by stalkers, and only 4 survived. 24 sniped, 6 exploded. Understandably, this ended the pursuit of Redmaw for some time. In the summer of the first year of the reign of Sun King Avad, a group of 6 Oseram traders were attacked by the beast. 1 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 spit into a ravine. The lone survivor petitioned Captain Ursa to send the vanguard after the monster, but the request was denied. However, 3 additional expeditions comprised of mercenaries and hunters aspiring to the lodge were subsequently commissioned. Autumn, 7 men. 2 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 tripped on his own spear, 1 survivor. Winter, 9 men. 3 blasted, 2 stomped, 1 died from frostbite, 2 survivors. Spring, 11 men. 5 blasted, 1 stomped, 3 retreated off a cliff, 2 survivors. The last known sighting of Redmaw occurred in the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of the Sun King Avad. Tarkus, Hawk of the Lodge, got word of a sighting near Thunderhead and set off to take the beast on his own. His thrush, Talana, arrived at the scene too late, just as Tarkus was dying of his wounds, multiple perforations. Talana testified that the Redmaw lumbered off through the trees. She could see the spear of her mentor embedded in its hide. Ahoy, Mr. Drew! You have caught us reading of the legend of Redmaw after finally making it to the lodge. Meridian will never stop being such an awesome city to me. It's just so great with its design. And yes, I've been gushing about it all.
in his grave, but you have been promoted to Hawk, as you demanded.
I am a Hawk, and I'll be Sun Hawk before you know it.
Tarkus thought the same thing.
Yeah, well, we'll see who gets to Redmaw first.
Looking forward to it. Excuse us. The machine rider graces us with her presence. You're a Nora, are you not? A fighter from the Savage Lands.
The Sacred Land, but yes. I fought for everything I got.
Tell me, do the Nora often wander into other people's homes and do whatever they like?
Of course not.
But that is what you're doing, right now. Stinking up our lodge, pestering your betters.
You're hardly my better. Legan said I had to meet you to become a member.
That would be true if there were any chance of you becoming a member. But you're a savage. And no savage will rise in the ranks of the Hunter's Lodge while I am the Sun Hawk. Now be gone.
No. I was led to believe there are rules here. If they count for nothing, then even your position is meaningless. So quit blustering and tell me. Is there a Hawk who is free to sponsor me?
Very well. Talana is free. Wouldn't that be fitting? Trash sponsoring trash. Now get out of my sight.
Yay! You had the Arnhem outfit after all. Did you get your platinum on Astrobot, or did you just finish it? did you get to do the DLC as well? Ooh, more lore. Book of Legendary Hunts. There are a lot of books in this place. Legendary Hunts of the Lodge. In the summer of the 4th year of the reign of Sun King Marzid, did Furukawa's Sun Hawk of the Lodge behold a herd of grazers so vast that it filled the entire vale below the far back. His bow was a harp that day, strumming the melody of the hunt from noon to twilight, after one could not walk a single step across the glen without tripping on an antler of the fallen. It took 7 hawks and all 7 thrushes to gather the trophies, all with the bounty from their barter. The last wing of the lodge was raised. In the winter of the 7th year of the reign of Sun King Hivas, did Darusiv, Hawk of the Lodge, stalk a herd of tramplers from Sand Whisper Valley to the foothills of the Pale Reach. Bombs from his sling fell as hailstones, freezing his prey in the waters of the ford, while the others stood as statues in ice. Hivas set upon the largest, driving his spear between its plates and taking his trophy before the rest could even stir. In the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wilds grew ever more deranged, did Kuvam, Hawk of the Lodge, answer the call from the prefect at Daytower to slay the mysterious creature who ripped his best cohort limb from limb. 4 days and 4 nights he tracked his quarry through the savage east, before the brute was revealed as strong as a snapjaw, fast as a strider. From twilight to midnight the battle raged, but Kuvam prevailed. At great cost, his left arm chewed ragged at the joints. He named the beast Sawtooth as he took his trophy from its shattered remains. In the autumn of the 8th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wilds grew ever more deranged, did Galadid, Hawk of the Lodge, follow the shimmering death, haunting the southern freeholds into the jungles of the Jewel. Under the tangled canopy, the hunter became the hunted, glimpsing in the shadows more of the eerie lights, till he was surrounded by machines he named Stalkers. Long was his flight through the undergrowth to the safety of the alight, but along the way he turned his bow to his pursuers and became the first to snare a trophy from that which walks in glinting shadow. In the summer of the 13th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wilds grew more deranged, did Acis, the Hawk of the Lodge, dare to tread the path of broken trees, following the wake of the terrible thing that laid waste to the freehold of morning light. And so he was first to face the might of the Thunderjaw, greatest of machines that walk the earth. With spear, bomb, and arrow, brave Acis fought to no avail, and only triumphed by turning the Terror's own cannon against it. The carcass of the beast now hangs in the lodge for all to see, so enshrined because its fall turned Hawk to Sunhawk. Yeah, big deal. I've killed like 3 or 4 Thunderjaws and died to 1 at this point. You completed Astrobot and did get your platinum. Yep, you do have to punch the Yakuza. You do have to punch the Yakuza guy for it. Did you get to check out the DLCs, or are you saving those for a different stream? Alright, well, let's go find Talana. See, this is good, because when I was playing Forbidden West and we got to the quest where Talana shows up, it was like, I have no idea who this is. I do not remember you at all. So now I'll remember all of the characters. The speed trials are actually pretty short and sweet. They're a lot of fun. Ooh, live music.
Here, Talana? Assis said you were a hawk without a fledgling to sponsor. Or are you trying to drive me off too? It's okay, I've dealt with worse.
I'll bet you have. But you're wrong. It's not okay. Especially not today.
What happened today?
One of our own just died fighting Red Maw. You'll never face a more dangerous Thunderjaw. Cuts through trees, rocks, people.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's part of the hunt.
Is there any actual hunting in this lodge? So far, it's been all talk.
Yes, of course. You fight a machine, then bring its trophy to Assis the Sunhawk, then no one can deny you brought it down.
Assis, what's his story?
He's the Sunhawk of the lodge. The highest ranking asshole... Sorry, member. He's taken down Ravagers, Stalkers, Behemoths.
So have I.
So?
Well,
I've taken down a lot of machines.
As have I.
Not yet, at least.
Even brought down 2 Stormbirds. But he's a hawk who brought in the trophies first.
Still have yet
That's how it
to fell a
works.
Stormbird myself.
Whichever hawk defeats the greatest machine first becomes the Sunhawk.
But I did take an attempt, and it did kill me, but I was, like, under-equipped.
Who is this Legan, the man at the door?
Legan?
Excuse me.
He's a hawk. He had an impressive run in his day, but he doesn't fight anymore. He supports the lodge in other ways. Unlike the other hawks, who hoard all the best kills and drink the bar dry.
How does one become a hawk?
When a hawk dies, his thrush is promoted in his place, no matter how anyone feels about it.
I'm ready to hunt, so tell me, what do I have to do?
You want them to regret looking down on you? Then speak to them in their language. Kill 3 Sawtooths, 2 Ravagers, and a Stalker. Deliver their trophies directly to Assis. That should shut them all up.
So if I do that, you'll sponsor me?
I'll consider it. Just to make Assis spoiled.
Yeah, she is pretty awesome. Level 12 is the requirement for this. I'm level 32. Alright, who are you? You have a quest for me, it looks like.
Able-bodied adventurers, preferably with no friends or family.
Oh my god,
but I'm
children.
not choosy.
Dropping all kinds of stones? I hope those are stones.
Hi there, Outlander. Name's Vilgund. Did you come to the city looking for work? Good shards. Enough to buy garb more becoming of your...
Okay, stop there, if you want me to hear you out.
I only meant a well-molded woman such as you. I heard an interesting rumor about a Banuk camp. Tame machines, the rumor said. So I hired men to investigate. Just investigate, that's all. Those Banuk are canny, too canny. I paid up front. Well, half up front. I've had no word back.
So now you're hiring someone to find the last men you hired.
They're a sunk cost. This rumor's worth more to me.
So is there any more to the rumor about this camp?
The last bunch just wanted to know about the reward. You're a smart one. This camp isn't even big enough for a name up where the snow won't thaw. They say the Banuk there live alongside machines. Peaceful as you like. Keep them, use them, sing to them. If it's true, if we learned how they do it, think how valuable that would be to all the tribes.
When you say valuable, you mean they'd pay you for it.
Pretty much.
Girl, I'm not made of straw.
Are you some kind of merchant? You don't seem to have any wares.
More of an explorer.
Yeah, he's a bit of a
you send other
delver.
people to do your exploring.
Smart delver.
All right, more of an opportunist. Nora girl. Huntress. We live in a world of opportunities. Risky opportunities. But why should risk stand in the way of a lucrative prospect for the likes of me? All right. I'm more of a gambler.
What can you tell me about the Banuk?
The Banuk women. Snow witches all. Cold eyes, cold... They choose to live up there in Ban-Ur, in the ice. Trying to have a conversation, it's like chipping them out of the stuff. They prefer machines for company. That's why I'm putting my shards on this rumor.
Then they might not want outsiders to know about this place.
Their mystic act. No care for possessions, for luxuries. Pile of slag. Those people bargain harder than the winter frost.
If I did look into your rumor...
You won't need to climb up the shoulders of the world for it. It's on the edge of Banuk land, beneath the anvil of the moon. And you look like you know your way around the savage east. The east. If it's true they walk among machines without fear in this camp, well, you can't miss that, can you? Payment on return.
It's kind of funny. The Karja had the Savage East and the Forbidden West.
Can I interest you?
I wonder what they called the North and the South. This must be the school, because there's nothing but kids kicking up what hopefully is dirt. Well. Faces the spire. Okay. Perfect. Well, if they were going to pray to anything. Is that east? No, it's south. They should be praying to the east. The Sun Faith. The 7 articles of the Sun Faith. 1. Over all the world rises and sets the great sun, as is plainly seen. To all plants, animals, machines, and men it gives life, as is plainly seen. Of all the tribes, none have scaled such heights as the Karja, as guided by the sun. Witnessing these things to be true each day, celebrating these things each day, we believe in the sun and its light gladly and without question. 2. Only the sun's rightful heir, born of the radiant line that dates back to Ahriman, the founder, is the speaker for the sun. To him the sun's desires are revealed, and from his lips its desires are acted upon by men. He shall be known as the Sun King, and his word shall be law. 3. In all things we accept the sun's judgment. We offer our bared skin to it, so it might burn our sins away. We partake of its renewal. We wear its heat for a time. As our skin bears its flush, its bronzed armor, we are made strong. In the cracking and peeling away of our old selves, we are made new. 4. In the sun's light we shall speak only the truth. We shall strike only in righteousness, and we shall act as we believe the sun so tasks us. When the shadow falls across us, we shall always remember our illumination. We shall not cast blame for ill fortune. We shall endure. In the coldness of the moon, we accept that there will be stillness, and death, and endings, until dawn comes once more. We do this because there are two halves of nature, sun and shadow, and to deny one is to deny the whole of things. 5. As a twilight came before us, ending the world of the ancients, so shall a twilight time come again, for this is the cycle of things. The buried shadow shall rise up to eclipse the sun's light and usher in great and terrible change. Even knowing this, we are steadfast in our belief and trust that the sun will again bring a new dawn, as it did for our founders so long ago. 6. Holy Meridian shall forever be the seat of the Carja, the city of the sun, and the spire venerated as the mark of its founding. A Sun King born of the radiant line shall always sit upon its throne, for without a speaker for the sun, its will is clouded, for either of these to be denied is to invite twilight time upon us. 7. Clearly the Carja are the children of the sun, and preeminent in its gaze, but so too does its light touch upon the barbarian tribes of the north, east, and south. It is the speaker for the sun's duty to interpret if the sun's gaze is directed in approval or reproach. So determined is the duty of the Carja to carry out the sun's will, even in places where the light does not reach. Does it now? Gonna go have a little twilight time later on? Okay. There's still 2 side quests to pick up here. And one of them is right in front of me. Oh, from a sun priest.
Gonora, I'm the mournful Naman. My apologies that we meet like this.
Like this?
In grief. You hold yours close, like a talisman. Wait, forgive me. You didn't come for reparations? Someone you lost to the Sun Ring?
No. I know about the Red Raids, but the Carja owe me nothing.
I see. Well, I could use the help of a strong-willed outlander. Then I would owe you very much indeed. These people seek to honor their loved, their lost, with their own voices, not mouthing Carja rituals to Carja stone. But there are obstacles. And while Meridian holds its breath for any disturbance, these robes only tie my hands.
What kind of obstacles?
The first pilgrim is an Oseram who seeks to visit the Shrine of Kings on the road to the city. He waits there now, forbidden to enter by an old sun priest who suffer no heathen. This Utaru lost her companion on the edge of the jewel, at a pool where snap moths gather.
Oh,
the shrine was built there to ward off the machines. Its effectiveness leaves much to be desired. And the Manuk would paint a mark on the sun's climb. A call to the machine spirits, I understand. They need no beckoning. Glint hawks perch there, drawn to the spire's shining.
So clear the machines out of 2 shrines and move a priest out of the other.
All I can ask for is your charity and that their stories are heard.
Naman, rituals and prayers can't bring back those who are lost.
No, but it can help those who grieve to find themselves. It can lend them strength and hope, like a new sunrise.
I didn't think your priesthood would ask outsiders for help.
If only the sun would set on our pride. Until this is done, I am no sun priest. To wear a red robe was an aspiration. I aspired. Now our hoods make us blind. We whisper reconciliation, but forget how the old king's priests sang the words and blessed the killing.
The killing? You mean the Red Raids?
Yes. And the sacrifices that came after.
Why did the priests go along with all that bloodshed?
Fear?
Sometimes we Carja are more concerned with what is tradition than what is right.
Huh. Maybe the Carja and Nora aren't so different. You're disappointed with the Sun Priests, but you still wanted to be one?
I spent my whole life looking up to the temple. My brother's voice echoing in its arches. Even he couldn't turn me away, and how he tried. In the end. He said, when we were loved, our robes were dyed in cinnabar. Now they are stained in blood.
How so?
Our robes are handed down to us. Most of the old priests fled rather than be seen in the glare of a new sun. And so we are left to wear their sins. For me, at least, they hang heavy.
Where is your brother now?
He waits for me on the trail of the sun, I hope. He spoke out against the sacrifices. For a priest to question the Sun King's will, his punishment was worst of all.
You lost someone you loved too. I'm sorry.
No, not lost. When I took on these robes, I found his memory.
I'll do what I can to help those in mourning.
To honor their memories is to honor us all.
All right. Now we just gotta find that quest.
I've got all. You'll regret not stopping.
Hello. Which sets do you want? Oh, you're just a resource seller. I don't care. Who are you?
Everyone needs a splash of color in their lives. Come, let's talk it over.
What did you want to talk about?
You were an outlander, no? An adventurer. I used to be one myself. I admit, I miss the beguiling colors of the wilds. Speaking of which, I wonder if you've come across a very special kind of flower. It's made of metal, like a machine. Other blossoms grow around them in amazing patterns. These gleaming beauties are very much in demand among my clients. If you bring me some, I have valuables to trade for them.
Do I have any full sets?
Let us haggle over this beautiful bounty.
Not yet. 8, 1, and 5.
These metal flowers. What are they exactly?
No one knows, but some say they began sprouting 20 years ago when the machine started to go mad. Perhaps they grow from the tears of the sun, for he has many faces, does he not? Wrathful one day, cool and patient the next. Perhaps he weeps for our suffering when his anger breaks.
You said you were an adventurer.
Just so. The nobles of Meridian crave flowers for their balconies and gardens. So out I went, with bow and spear. I made my name by searching the wilds for the wildest blossoms. No bandit nor machine could keep me from those precious petals.
So what happened?
Love happened, my sweet. My paramour frets too much when I venture out. So now I collect flowers for those without such bonds.
Is it worth it? Being restrained like that?
Of course. Freedom is sweet, but the embrace of my beautiful Theridine sweeter still. Till we meet again, my noble Nora. Could you spare a moment to speak of the finer things?
Okay, so we've found the one who wants the flowers, the one who wants the cups, and the one who wants the Banuk stuff. I don't think there's one who, wants the Apoca shitstorm stuff. Mad Sun King. Another book. Pamphlet this time. The Reign of the Mad Sun King. Be warned, reader, this is a true account of the Mad Sun King Jiran's acts. These glyphs are blotted in blood. Truly, the savageries committed can barely be recounted, so pray to the cleansing sun for yourself and the teller of these tales. You will learn of the grievous wounds inflicted on foreign lands and the reaping of sacrifice, the red raids, for the Mad Sun King would order a whole generation cut from each village so they might more willingly supply sacrifices and be harder pressed to field-fighting men on the next raid. The Utaru, who sought to appease with gifts of grain, were slaughtered in such number that upon the following harvest the maize grew black and blue with the blood of the dead. Against the Oseram, the terror of the sun piled the corpses of their fallen up to the walls of their villages, so his kestrels might clamber on the dead to enter. And in the valley of the barbarian Nora, terrors of the savage east, such savagery ensued that the trees were drooped with the corpses hung as grim warnings. Should you wish to read of the Mad King's depredations against his own people, your curiosity will not go unsated. Within are accounts of the deaths of those sentenced to the Sun Ring, listed in such detail you might think it reported by their own chattering skulls, once piled outside the city gates. Nor will you find a more harrowing account of his massacre of the Hunter's Lodge. Reading these accounts, you might imagine yourself among its brave hawks as they fought to the last, bloodying the sand from dawn till dusk, or perhaps in the crowds as the loosened behemoths careened through the stands with the crashing of wood and bone. All this crazed bloodletting did the Mad Sun King take in with his pitiless gaze. Indeed, he would not even look away from the goring of his own son in that ring of death. Yes, fair-haired Kadamon of the Dawn's Rising, so degraded and doomed for the crime of standing against his father. Such a true and complete account of the Mad Sun King Jiran's miseries cannot be found in the history annals or heard from the reckoners of the Sun Priests. It is with a heavy heart that I scribe these events, leaving out no shocking detail, but my debt to history and to you, brave reader. So many books in Karja territory. Alright, we need to find this last quest giver. The Liberation. Yet another scroll. The Liberation of Meridian. An official account as scribed by the reckoners of the Sun Priests and marked with the emblems of truth by exacting Varan, who witnessed these events. In the 21st year of the 13th Sun King Jiran's reign, the twilight time of his madness, the Sun King's own favored heir was put to death. The radiant Kadamon's crime was to demand an end to his father's acts of bloodshed, and his sacrifice set that end in motion. Jiran's second heir, the radiant Avad, fled Meridian at dusk with his honor guard, soldiers loyal to him over the Sun King. All night they traveled northwards, knowing that come dawn they would be branded as traitors and marked for death. So it was when Jiran made that proclamation, they had already traveled far, and in that time they did reach the edge of the Sundom and crossed into Oseram territory. For Avad was canny and planned to negotiate terms with the Oseram. He knew he had a fierce ally among them, Ursa, the fierce Oseram warrior with whom Avad had a long and unusual history. 2 years earlier, Ursa had been brought to Meridian as a captive destined for sacrifice, but she survived the Sun Ring, killing 2 kestrels by her own hand, and thus did she earn the honor of being made a palace slave, and in this role came to know Prince Avad. a rare friendship was formed, and Avad conspired to free his friend, who returned at once to the Oseram homeland. Now, desperate for allies, Avad sought the Oseram he had helped to free. Ursa had ties to the warlords and freebooters who resisted the Red Raids. With Ursa's might and Avad's keen strategy, they could raise a war band and move to overthrow Jiran. And as a rightful heir to the throne of the Sun, Avad hoped to inspire many of his people to rebel, so sparing Meridian from a drawn-out war. After months of preparation, Avad and his allies crossed the border and marched on Meridian. As word of their advance spread, many Carja soldiers fled back to the city, laid down their arms, or even joined the Liberators. Yet wise Avad knew that Jiran's faithful would defend Meridian to the last man, even sacrificing the lives of its citizens if it would hold the city against siege. He found kestrels and city guard already set in on the walls, ready to face arrows and shot. But Avad's Oseram allies had brought new weapons, never seen beneath the sun, thundering cannons strong as machines. Avad permitted them to fire their salvos on the outer walls, bringing many defenders down with the great carnage. As the smoke cleared, the Liberators attacked in 3 groups. One scaled the walls beneath the Temple of the Sun. Another took to the aqueducts of the palace, while the main force overcame the barricaded city gates with cannon fire. These were the final blasts fired at the holy city, as Avad forbade any further destruction. In the streets, too many scenes of brutality and chaos played out to recount. Among the terrible miasma of blood and smoke, the Sun King's slave pits were opened, and hundreds spilled out, desperate to escape. Many of Jiran's supporters seized their chance to flee with this flood of unfortunates. The day had turned, and seeing his forces much reduced, the Sun King Jiran ordered his trusted kestrels to take Itamen, his sole remaining heir, from the city. Hellas, terror of the sun, cleaved a path through Meridian from east to west, striking down all in his way, ally and foe alike. The savagery of Hellas and his kestrels could not be matched, and so it was that Itamen and his mother, the Dowager Queen Nasadi, and the High Sun Priest Bahavas escaped. Avad confronted Jiran in his solarium. He had hoped his father would answer for his crimes honorably, but seeing this could not be so, with great anguish he struck him down. As the murder of a true Sun King is an unthinkable act, and surely would plunge the world into shadow, Jiran's death proved that the Sun had renounced his legitimacy. Yes, Sun had turned to shadow on the throne of Meridian, and it was Ivad's light that drove the shadow out to the west, where it remains to this day. So was the cycle of things corrected. In this, the first year of the reign of the 14th Sun King, the Radiant Avad. Well, we've been learning a lot about Carja history in this city. That's for sure. And that is the closest one there. But all of those are actually pretty close.
I've got all the best goods here. Check out these wares. Buy what you need, leave the rest. Don't pass up these.
There you are.
Please, I need to speak with you. You're the one the Vanguard has been crowing about. The Nora who tracks criminals and traitors with her second sight. If only you'd use it to help me. A thief raided my home and took my brother's sword.
Tell me about the robbery. Don't leave anything out.
It was brazen and professional. They took only the sword, my most valuable possession. The thief went out through the window and scared the shadow off my steward. Otherwise, it would have been a clean getaway.
Why would someone steal the sword?
It's priceless. Made from the burnished antler of a lancehorn, finely inlaid with studded stones all down the...
Okay, I get it.
Forgive me. That's not even why it's important. The 12th Sun King gave it to my brother for his military service. He was killed in battle during the liberation. I was saving it for my nephew who's stranded at Sunfall with the Karja in Shadow.
How did your nephew wind up in Sunfall?
Most of the old clergy backed the Mad Sun King, so when he fell, they ran out of fear of retribution. As an honor guard to a venerable priest, my nephew had no choice but to go with them. Now that my brother is gone, my nephew is my heir, so that sword really belongs to him. And after all he's been through, I won't be able to look him in the face if I don't get it back.
I'll see what I can do about the robbery.
Have a word with my steward if you need to. He saw the thief escape. And listen, all I want is the sword back. Meridian, and my family for that matter, has seen enough strife already. If I can get it back, all is forgiven. No retribution necessary.
What's kind of weird, actually, is that they opened this quest up now, because Aloy hasn't heard of Sunfall yet. The Vanguard haven't gotten to know her enough to be talking about how she uses her focus to solve crimes. So, like, really, this quest should have opened up, like, a little bit later.
You saw the thief make a run for it?
My back was to the wall, you see. Wasn't expecting someone to crawl out the window. He ran past me, dressed in gray, clutching the sword. That's all I saw. By the sun, my heart nearly seized up.
Why not let me in your house if you want me to investigate?
The thief broke the lattice on the way out. And some blood. Looks like they cut themselves on the splinters. Drops of blood leading away.
Well, we've been doing a lot of, you know, narrative, reading,
More blood.
story stuff, so we
Still
may
on
as well
the
do a quest. I mean, last quest we did was the rock breaker before we came to Meridian at the start of this. I see.
Sun King Avad has tried to make up for his father's brutality. I'll give him
goods here. See for yourself. Buy what you need. I have for sale, I promise. Won't find better wares. Fine goods. Fair price.
Still more blood. The thief got cut pretty bad. The trail ends here. But someone must have seen the
Buy what
thief.
you need, leave the rest.
nice and
Would you like to
bright
buy
out.
something today? Only the finest goods here. See for yourself.
Bustling day.
Check out these wares.
Hello?
Did someone run past here, holding a sword?
Sure did. He grabbed some linen off the stand here and took off down the stairs behind you. He was bleeding, so maybe he needed a binding. Blast it! That was expensive cloth. I can't believe I paid for that thief's bandage.
Oh, thank you for the hint. Let's go see if we can find him.
Won't cost you a shard just to look.
If the thief came this way, there's only one way he could have gone. Forward.
No, he could have gone for a swim. Wow, they even have buildings, like, in the side of the...
No sign of the thief. Someone must have seen him go by. Did you see anyone run through here? He would have been holding a sword.
Yeah. Almost crashed into me, too. He ran down the parapet here and went down the lift. No way you'll catch him now. I didn't see a sword, though.
He wasn't carrying anything.
Not a damn thing. Just ran like his ass was on fire.
The thief must have ditched the sword. But where? Maybe he had help. That merchant stall would have been a convenient drop-off.
Prices keep going up in Meridian. Don't pass up these goods.
Whoa!
Finest goods here. See for yourself.
Are you okay?
Don't forget to stock up before you're on the road. You'll regret not stopping.
Excuse me, Outlander? I'm looking for Banuk artifacts.
It looks like the thief got away, but without the sword. I thought maybe he dropped it off somewhere. Like here, for instance?
What? No. I had nothing to do with this.
I guess we'll see when I get the city guard to toss your stall and question your customers.
Hold on. There's more to this. You've got a reputation for shining light in the darkness, so I know you'll listen. You're right. The sword was passed to me, and I passed it on to someone else. It's going to be sold, but not for profit.
That is so weird.
The shards will go to people in need.
You expect me to believe that?
I can prove it. Meet my friends at the watermill in the lower village. They'll explain everything. If they don't convince you, come right back with the guards. I'm not going anywhere.
It wouldn't matter if you did. I'd find you. But all right. I'll check out the watermill. Okay. Guess I should go to this watermill then to find out what's going on.
Come, take a look.
Would you like to buy some these goods?
Carts of fire breathers. Alright, well, let's find this lift to the, down to the, city. I guess it's those things. How do we get to them, though? That would be how. So many different soundtracks competing for... No? Do I have to, like, talk to them to take the lift or something?
So many come to the sundown, can't be bothered to work. But you don't seem like the rest.
Huh?
I'll never leave Meridian.
Alright. Guess we'll have to find a different way down. No, can't jump over that. Okay, well, we'll have to find a different way down, I guess.
Only the finest goods here. Simple as that.
And I think I know another way to get down anyway. Ah. I wonder if those were by the ones that I was looking at before. And I just didn't see them.
There's a guard under the last gate. Far cry from workings. As we were to go if we lost. Guard.
I was just gonna run across the bridge and then just run down the hill there. But this will be faster.
Sure as the sun's rising, he's off courting that noble girl.
Sun's already starting to set now. The fact that there are so many people around so many Canadian geese is very unrealistic.
Don't give me
those geese would be fucking shit up. People were getting that close to them for real.
Every time I have a quiet moment, I wind up thinking about my cousins in Senfall.
Wow. That is a starry night. Oh, we're heading towards the spire. And there's a quest over here, too.
These aren't good.
Life in the claim was
You'll like what I have for
Living
sale.
here ain't
I
either. Won't cost you a shard just to live.
These wares.
Metal bot here, good prices,
Come take a
fair
look.
prices.
You'll like I'll give you a good price. I promise.
Hello.
Fairest prices for machine parts under the mesa. No tithes to the Sun Court, not like those greedy snarls upside.
She's not interested in taxes.
I know what she's not interested in. As I was saying, no better offer for snap-ball lenses. I'd give my oath on it.
By the sun, don't start spitting in your palm. Huntress, I apologize on behalf of my partner. Silent partner.
Silent partner?
If the sun would only grant my prayers. Never mind snap more lenses, Huntress. There's no market for those. A long leg lens, though, you'd be well rewarded for.
Pretty sure I have both of those.
Hello?
I've told you as many times as the spire is tall, craft and artisanship is who we are.
Craft doesn't win a war or keep the machines from your farms. What you need is good, old-fashioned, plain...
Oh, yes. Old-fashioned, plain hammered work. If ever something glittered, you'd throw it back.
If Karja had built that elevator, they would have stopped at a good-looking shaft.
All those years of delving, and you never found a sense of humor.
So which,
No market for a snap-maw lens is good, strong stuff. You can hammer it into anything.
Where do you think we are? Some trading post with sawdust on the floor? This is Meridian. We have culture.
I know culture. Just the other day I was watching the hunting trials.
Oh, great sun, lend me the strength of midday.
The sun's baked your head if you think we'll shift long-leg lenses at a time like this.
Enough!
Well?
They're a blunt people, the Nora.
Why do you two even work together if you can't agree on anything?
It's a symbolic gesture.
No tithes to the Sun Court. Like I said in the beginning, Renine.
Just tell me which part you want.
A long leg lens.
A snap-maw lens.
Fine. I can see that you're busy.
Wait. You drove her off. Snap-maw lens. What do you say?
I drove her off? That's rich. Listen, Huntress. Long leg lens.
Hunters, scroungers, bring us your medal.
These aren't goods. They're necessities.
Scroungers?
Yeah, pretty sure I have both of those for you.
I brought you both the parts. So, what do you say?
I don't suppose I could buy just the one.
You'd buy the wrong one. So give the hunter her shards for both.
Of course. Here you are. If this is the price I have to pay.
The price you have to pay? The snap-maw lens might just cover the loss we take on the other.
It won't sell for a loss, charcoal burner. You'd pay handsomely for a long leg lens if you had an imagination.
I have an imagination. When you rattle that piece of junk around, I think of your skull.
I told you from the beginning this wouldn't be a scrap-dealing operation, that we would have class.
And I told you, a true metal seller knows to get his hands dirty.
Come take a look.
Machine oil on my silks.
Little break before we head to the
metal market.
thief's potential hut.
Would you like to buy something?
Oh, good. I actually needed to grab a bunch of health. I've got none.
I'll tuck that away.
Soundtrack just got a little ominous.
I was told to expect you, Aloy. I suppose you want answers. Well, it's not complicated. We collect valuable objects from people who don't need them, sell them for shards, and use the money to help the needy at Sunfall.
Who exactly gets the shards at Sunfall?
Not the bastards in the fortress. We use the shards to make sure the poor in Shadowside get to eat, or bandage their wounds. They only went west because they had to. Trust me, I know. My wife was chained up with a bunch of servants and herded with them. They starved to death, still bound together.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
You mean you steal?
If you want to call it that. From hogs who've had their turn at the trough for generations.
Ravon didn't seem like a hog to me.
He stinks just like the rest of them, of wealth and contentment, while people beneath him suffer.
Where's the sword now?
Safe. I haven't sold it yet.
What do you expect me to do now? Walk away?
I was hoping you'd help us. They say you can track like a stalker. Well, my partner Nassan disappeared near the branded shore. He was bound for Sunfall, along with an entire shipment of food. If you found that, you'd be helping a lot of people.
I'll consider it. But only if you return the sword to Ravon.
I knew you were gonna say that. Fine, I'll return the damn blade. Nassan was supposed to meet his contact at an old campfire on the fork near the branded shore. Start looking there. But be careful. Lots of machines out there, and lots of Shadow Karja. And not the needy kind, but they're tormentors.
No shadows under the New Day sun. Where's the good one?
So we've got a good long way to head for that one. But to honor the fallen, those are all really close. So you know what? We've got that set up there. But I am definitely getting a touch hungry. So I think this might actually be a good point to take a break. This has been more of a story heavy and lore heavy stream rather than an action heavy one. Although we did have that rock burrower fight at the beginning, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, we are going to continue tackling quests and story in order of distance from
Good.
me.
I can use this.
So we will be starting off the next stream with helping out these 3 mournful souls and then probably going after Olin. So yeah, we'll be back probably about an hour or 2. Thank you for everyone who joined us for this one, and we will see y'all in the next one. Take care. Ooh, it's good that you like the quest with the 3 shrines that we're going to do after the break, so you can definitely come back and join us for that, Mr. Drew. We'll see you then.